JR, why do you announce Murphy football on PA? Why? Because there are tons of other things you can do on Friday
I
night.
love it. Wouldn't have it, wouldn't be. Don't know what else I'd be doing on Friday night.
But there's got to be something that pulls you to that. I mean, because you and I both know that there's something electric about a football game, but especially Murphy football.
My dad was a Baptist preacher, but he was also a Murphy football fan. And he was taking me to games the time I was about 6, 7 years old. And I continued to be a Murphy football fan as I grew up. I continued to be a Murphy football fan as I became an adult. Worked in radio for all the years. I was a Murphy football fan. I'm a dog. I mean, born and raised.
You did radio,
Uh-huh.
and you did PA.
Yeah.
What did you like doing better?
What do you mean? What did I like the most about radio?
Or either radio or PA?
I love the PA a lot better than I did radio. I like doing sports on radio. I did. The rest of it was kind of work, to be honest with you, it was. But doing the sports was no work.
When you're on PA, what goes through your mind? Why do you say the things you do? 1st and 10 Bulldogs. I mean, that's one thing that everybody knows.
I started doing it actually before I started doing the high school games. I was doing the youth league games, and I started doing it down there, and it just caught on. I mean, people liked it, and I just kept doing it. I've changed it a little bit as I got older. I finished my degree through East Carolina University here a few years ago. I went over to East Carolina for a couple of games just because, hey, that's where I was going to have my degree from, and I wanted to see what. So I went to a couple of football games over there, and they did it like a 1st and 10 like I did, but instead of the announcer doing Pirates, he let the crowd do the Pirates. So I started doing that too. It gets the crowd back into it. I like doing that, but I like getting the crowd back into it.
In coming to PA, how'd you fall into it? I mean, because you just didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to do PA announcing for Murphy. How did that happen?
Well, a lady named Brenda Kincaid was the president of the quarterback club. And it was 1983, I believe, that Gentry came to Murphy. And before that, Mitch Myers had been fired as head coach at Murphy, just to give you a backstory on it. And Mitch still had a group of people that were supporting him that didn't like that he got fired and so on and so forth. And the announcer at that time was Gene Farber. He quit announcing when they fired Mitch. He got mad and quit announcing when they fired Mitch. So Brenda came to me, and I'd already been doing it for the youth leagues, which her son had come through, and asked me what I would charge the high school to do the announcing. I said a hat and a shirt every year. That's it.
All through Western North Carolina,
I'm hated.
people hate people. Well, you're not hated, but people hate what they hate is they hate to hear that 1st and 10. I mean,
Well,
that patented. But
now one coach told me he didn't hate that. He liked it. He said he got his team fired up.
is that Boy Steeds?
It is Boy Steeds.
Tell me the story, because you and I were working in Silva radio.
It's back when I was managing the radio station in Silva. There was a little convenience store out from the station there called PJ's. And I walk in there one night, and the way the conversation went, boy said, "What are you doing over here?" I said, "I'm running the radio station for Uncle Jimmy." He said, "There goes the damn neighborhood." That's his exact words. And then he started in on me. He said, "So we like it, you that 1st and 10 Bulldogs and all that. So we like it. That just fires us up." I said, "But more you do it, the more we like it." I said, "Coach, that ain't true." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "If I'm doing it a whole lot, you ain't doing real well." He grinned. He grinned and shook his head and said, "Well, you're right."
Is that one of the first times you've seen him speechless?
That's the only time I've ever seen the boy staying speechless. He always had something to come back with. He didn't have no comeback on that one.
There's some others that try to emulate you, like Robbinsville.
The preacher over Rob. He's actually a preacher that's pastor of Peachtree Memorial Baptist Church in Cherokee County.
Right.
I don't remember his name, but yeah, he tries to. I hear it at Andrews. I hear it at Hayesville. Hear it at Swain. Not as much at Cherokee, but I mean everywhere else I go, they pick up the long 1st and 10 part anyway.
Is that kind of cool that they?
I'm flattered with it. I really am. I mean, I kid around with some of them when I say, if you come up with sometimes spend a little time, I'll teach you how to do that, you know. But
Right.
not it's, but I'm flattered by it. I am, I really am.
So, where are some of the things that you say? Have you borrowed anything, or some things come organically for you?
The first and 10 Bulldogs, I just started doing it. I mean,
Right.
I didn't pick it up from anybody.
But this is Bulldog country,
That came from Paul Ridenauer.
right?
Paul
And
V.
Paul
Ridenauer.
Ridenauer is who?
Paul V. Ridenauer owned WKRK radio station for years and years.
Right.
And he passed away a few years back. His wife just passed away here recently. Actually, I went to high school with his daughter. And Susan was a super nice lady. Still is a nice lady today. Married Lee Ferguson. She lost her husband a couple years ago, and she's been nothing but a lady ever since I've known her. Okay, so I've got nothing bad to say about any of it. But I picked that up from Paul right now.
But this is all about the boys, isn't it?
Yeah, it comes down to players. I mean, the funny part about it is right now, I am doing kids who are kids of the players I started in 85, 86, 87. Now I think I'm not far in coming that I'm going to do some of the grandkids of those kids, and I maybe have done it too at that point. I don't know. If my voice holds out there, I'll keep doing it. I mean, as long as I'm breathing, I'll keep doing it.
You ever thought about quitting?
No, not really.
What would make you quit? Death?
Death, yeah. Death, or them consolidating it into some other school and some other mascot, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
I just don't think I could bring myself to go do first and 10
The Flying Bullcats.
Flying Bullcats or something like that. I mean,
Consolidation of Andrews, Murphy, and Hiawassee Dam.
Yeah, Flying Bull Eagles. I mean,
Right.
No, I don't think I could do that. I don't think. Hey, I may change my mind, but right now, I mean, if Murphy closes, that'll be the end of me.
If we had the microphone out here and
Uh-huh.
we were doing a high school football game, and you knew this was going to be your last game for whatever reason, what would you say? That's a tough question.
Tough question, but I don't really know. Hey, it's been a great ride. I'd say that. That's what I told Gentry when he retired. It's been a great ride.
But to have something that immortalizes you, because I've been a radio announcer, I've been a writer, and others in our profession like Gary Ayers.
You can say I'm famous in Murphy.
Right.
I'm infamous across the rest of the state. I
But
mean, I've had articles written about me in newspapers out in where was that, Mount Airy,
Right.
talking about the announcer at Murphy. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice print either. I mean, it was pretty nasty stuff. But
Well, I understand, but it's pretty cool to have something that immortalizes you for a while.
Well, me and Gentry had a running joke of who the most hated man in Hazel was, him or me. And that went back and forth for. And last time I saw him, I said, "Well, Coach, I think you're still the most hated up there." He said, "No, I think you got me beat." So we always argue back and forth about that.
I got you. And if there were some way you did step away from the microphone and the next person who steps into it, they got some big shoes to fill, what advice would you tell them?
Be your own self. Be yourself. Don't try to copy anybody else. Be yourself.
Right.
Be yourself. Do what you do.
And in the very end, can we get here the announcement of Murphy going from third and to first down?
You really want it right here on this thing?
Of course.
Your mic ain't gonna handle it, brother.
Well, go ahead.
Okay.
I think the people want it.
First and 10 Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs.
Go Dogs.